What's up, dudes? It's Andy here. So, well, I was talking to a few friends of mine during PE class, and they told me, "Have you watched cartoons when you were a kid?" Hold on, let me get charge the camera. And it hit me. Here's a here's more cartoons such kid shows when I was growing up. Just like part 3. So here it is. So I watched this show called Barney and Friends, right? Like this like purple dinosaur guy. He hangs out in this caboose, which is now like a playroom for him and the kids who hang out with him. And I like the early versions of Barney. Like also, I've watched one of the tapes called Barney's House. That one was my favorite VHS tape. Well, for Barney, that is. Also, this is just childhood in general. Also, it was on like this educational blog for like PBS Kids. Also, this was mandated by the FCC for its Children's TV Act of 1990. Thanks, Congress. Looks like looks like they ruined kid shows, but it's kind of good. And it was like, well, I think also back in the early 2000s, I used to watch this program blog called PBS Kids Bookworm Bunch, and to me, best seriously, to me, years later, I said to myself, man, I had a good childhood back then too. Yeah, I had like George Shrinks. I also I watched some of the old intros like George Shrinks, and it hit me, and man, it got me right in childhood, seriously. And years later, and I was little when I was watching that. And see, I think I talked about the Williams. I think. Well, I think we had like I think back then my family had cable. Well, this was during the analog era, but the digital era was back in 2009. So the analog era was kind of like my childhood. And well, I didn't watch Sprout back then. I watched PBS Kids. Also seen, well, PBS Kids in general, like Maya and Miguel. And I watched that. No lie. They had they had they had some good episodes. Well, so it was diverse, but I didn't know what diversity was back then. But I think back then diversity was good. Yeah, black, white, Mexican, whatever. Also, this one dude had one arm. But hey, yeah, different people, you know. That's yeah, I used to learn that when I was a kid too. Also, in the end, at the end, they, like had like lessons, like JoJo's Circus, for example. Yeah, JoJo's Circus is like claymation type animation. Also, at the end of each episode, they had like a lesson or something, which was pretty good. This I think this was during my preschool days too. Now my grandpa used to babysit me, and I watched JoJo's Circus on TV. Hey, he was babysitter, and boom. a personal babysitter. You know, you don't have to hire one or nothing. That was my childhood. That was my childhood right there, dudes. I'm telling you now. And let's see, there was PB&J Otter, and I think it's down the air no more. That was pure childhood for me as like a 90s/2000s kid. Technically, I was born in 1999, which makes me a 90s kid, but I grew up in the 2000s, mind you. That was my childhood right there. And to me, my childhood was pretty good back then. And just well, I'm getting off topic here. Let's talk about VHS tapes. I had no DVDs or nothing. I had VHS. There's like the Wiggles movie, for example. I'm not gonna spoil it for any new Wiggles fans, but if they do, if they do make a remake of this with the new Wiggles, it won't be a problem. Yeah, the Wiggles movie, it was kind of alright. Yeah, the best character besides Wiggles was the magician dude. Who turned out was such a bad guy well, at the end he was a good guy. Also, it was like Dorothy Dennis's birthday or something. Yeah, I've seen the trailers for it, and to me, yeah, I'm watching King of the Hill right now. Yeah, that's what the trailers for, and boy, it was a those were pretty good trailers back then, you know. No, back to kid shows. Another one was Codename Kids Next Door, and I love Codename Kids Next Door. Also on YouTube, there's like this special. It was called Operation Zero. I watched that on Boomerang. It was it was like a movie on Boomerang Theater. Now, thanks to the rebranding of Cartoon Network, I used to watch good cartoons on Cartoon Network, but this was before the rebranding. Like, dude, what would happen? This was part of the scene. Was the See in Real lineup. Like, do what happened? Destroy, Build, Destroy. Bobby Says. Survivor. Also, I've seen Total Drama Island. This was back in 2008. I think I was in the third grade when that came out. And its first season. I also can't believe it was set in Canada. It was kind of good too. This was part of the 2008-2009 season of Cartoon Network. Yeah, it was part of like an experiment, seeing real. Also, in an Uncle Grandpa episode, the host of Distributor Destroy called Andrew WK, he guest starred on it was I can't remember the episode, but he was I think he was there, and if well I can't remember the episode. Type the episode in the comments, the season and the episode name, so I can remember. And there's like well, Cartoon Network they had like marathons of Looney Tunes. That was my childhood right there too. And see what else. Back to Codename Kids Next Door. They had crossover between the Codename Kids Next Door and the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Also, there's like this comic book series of Billy and Mandy, and I think according to my friend that they talked to, he said that they're they're still in production. It's kind of like a story arc series, I think. Now, back back to VHS tapes. So I love toy trains. For those of you who don't know what I love toy trains is, it's like this live action model train series. It was like a 90-minute video. The first I love toy trains video that I watched when I was a kid, it was IOTT Part 2, or I Love Toy Trains Part 2. If I travel back to 2004, I'll gather videotape, come back to the present, and show you guys the VHS tape. Also, if I can talk to my past self. Yeah, it was seriously. I'm talking about now. Can't take even back to my childhood, you know. Yeah, it was a pretty good video. Ever since then, to this day, I still love Isle sort of trains, even though I'm afraid to say it in front of my friends. I'm not ashamed of it. Also, I still love trains. It's nothing bad. It's something bad about trains. It sticks to you ever since you were born. Wait, my dad loved trains. Also, he passed it down to me. I guess his dad loved trains. My dad loved trains. And I love trains as well too. So it's like a generation thing. Jesus Christ, what time is it? What time is it? So I think this video will be titled my childhood. Well, preteen to teen age is still part of it, of my childhood. So let's see what else. Let's see. Oh yeah. No, wait. Oh yeah. So let's see now. Oh yeah, Chuck E. Cheese. Well, my dad and I go to Chuck E. Cheese a lot. When he comes down here, visits for a week. He and I go to Chuck E. Cheese because it was my favorite place when I was a kid. You pass it down to me, I'll pass it down to my kids one day, you know. Yep, years later, I still remember that. Also, it's my birthday one time, you know. Much better. Those were the good old days, man. It's a shame that you can't go back. It sucks, you know. Kids been right in the childhood, you know. So let's see what else. Let's see. Oh yeah, train shows. Yeah. Yeah, I used to go to train shows when I was a little kid. Every time there's a train show, my dad takes me there. It was at the Cobb County Civic Center. It's across from the Department of Children and Family Services. It's the things like it was in the on South Fairground Road for years maybe. Well, the Civic Center hosts like plays and operas and train shows, mostly train shows, I think. Well, years later, I think well, my guess, I think the Cop Civic Center doesn't host train shows that much. They used to, but I'm not sure if they still do it. Also, my guess, if they do it, I'll go. If they don't, I don't go. Also, I think the last train show I went to was at the Cobb Galleria Center, I think. That was the best time of my life. Yeah, I went because I wanted to vlog there. Well, I vlogged train shows. Well, not when I was little. I didn't have a camera. I didn't have a camera back then. I didn't know what YouTube was back then either. This was my life. This was my life before I had a YouTube channel to start with. So I vlogged train shows at this some war museum, I think. And I think if there's no train show, I'll vlog there, I think. Yeah, I think. I think it's nothing bad to have something stick with you ever since you were little. Hey, I love trains. So does every single rail fan YouTube channel, and I'm telling you, this was my childhood, and my childhood was great, you know. And oh man, I gotta go now. I'm pretty tired. It's been a long day. Got to go tomorrow. So I'll be telling stories about my childhood this week. I'll tell everything I got. So thank you for watching. Subscribe for more vlogs. Like and comment and turn on post notifications. Give me a follow on Twitter at AEVlogs&Gaming. Give me a follow on Google Plus. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Peace, my dudes. And night, dudes.